Hare Krishna Prabhuji and Hare Krishna to all devotees. This is Malini from Ashburn, Virginia. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Mataji, then Pranam all glory to Srila Prabhupada Guru Maharaj. Thank you for joining the call and thank you for your chanting. So, I think Mataji, you can start the recording. You can. Hare Krishna dear devotees. So today's verse we will be discussing from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 8, Chapter 9, and verse number 5 onwards. And the chapter name is The Lord Incarnates as Mohini Murti, as you all have been discussing from last 1 week. Mataji, you can make me a co-host also if possible. I can share the verses. Okay, I can share now. I hope you can see the screen. So, Hare Krishna dear devotees, welcome again. So before we start reading Srimad Bhagavatam verses, today's verses, we'll pray to Srimad Bhagavatam. Narayanam namaskritya naram chaiva narottamam devim saraswatim vyasam tato jaya mudirayet. The meaning of this verse that we usually recite before Srimad Bhagavatam is before reciting the Srimad Bhagavatam, which is the very means of conquest, one should offer respectful obeisances unto the personality of Godhead Narayana, unto Nar Narayan Rishi, the supreme human being, unto Mother Saraswati, the goddess of learning, and unto Srila Vyasadeva, who is the author. नष्टप्रायेषु भद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवती उत्तम श्लोके भक्तिर्भक्तिर्नैष्ठिकी. So by regular attendance in classes on Bhagavatam, on Srimad Bhagavatam, and by rendering of services to the pure devotee, all that is troublesome to the heart is almost completely destroyed. And a loving service unto the personality of Godhead, who is praised with the transcendental songs, is established as an irrevocable fact. Hare Krishna. Such a wonderful glorification of Srimad Bhagavatam and the prayers we can do. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. So before we start this chapter, I mean, we are already on the 5th verse. So there is a very high level, like, I hope you can see the screen. Let me increase the font a little bit. Like, this is how this chapter is distributed. The Mohini Avatar chapter, actually, we have when the Lord incarnates as a Mohini Murti. It is divided into, like, 4 sections. The first 13 verses, when the demon gives the nectar to Mohini Murti, like they were, as you know, that they snatched the demon snatched the nectar from Lord Dhanvantri, and then they are fighting among themselves. And the Mohini Murti is approaching them. She's attracted to all these demons, and she requested, and they basically requested her to distribute the nectar. Then they could not say no to her, and they kept the faith on her. Our next section is 14 to 23. Mohinimurti distributes a nectar to the demigods. And why is that? That we will see later on when we reach that section. Like because they had demons had the full faith on the Mohin Murti, like whatever she will do, we will agree to that. So she started distributing the nectar to the demigods. Then after while that was happening, there was a demon who turned into disguised himself as a demigod, and it was recognized. He was recognized, and then his was like Rahu. He was beheaded. Rahu and Ketu that we hear. So it's mainly the Rahu. Then after that, the glory of taking the Lord's shelter. Basically, it's like you know why one should be taking the shelter to the Lord. In this chapter, you can see both demons and demigods. They were both serving to the Lord for the same cause, for the same thing. But in the end, uh, demigods are the one, devatas are the one like who are the nectars, but not the demons. So this is how this chapter is divided. In this, we can move to the verses. I think it's the fifth one. Text 5. Nunam tvam vidhina supruhu प्रेषितासि शरीरिणां सर्वेन्द्रिया मनः प्रीतिं विधातुं सघ्रेण न किं नूनं त्वं विधिना सुप्रुः प्रेषितासि शरीरिणां सर्वेन्द्रियमनः प्रीतिं विधातुं सघ्रणेन किम्. Translation: O beautiful girl with beautiful eyebrows, certainly Providence, by his causeless mercy, has sent you to please the senses and minds of all of us. Is this not a fact? Text 6. Sa tvam naha pardhumananam manini gyatinam baddha vairanam sham vidhatsva samudhyame सात्वं नः स्पर्धमाणानाम् एकावास्तूनि मानिनी ज्ञातीनां बद्ध वैराणां संविधत्स्व समुद्यमे. Translation: We are now all engaged in enmity among ourselves because of this one subject matter, the container of nectar. Although we have been born in the same family, we are becoming increasingly inimical. O thin-waisted woman, who are so beautiful in your prestigious position, we therefore request you to favor us by settling our dispute. Purport given us by Srila Prabhupada, is Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada, Jai Srila Prabhupada. The demons understood that the beautiful woman had attracted the attention of them all. Therefore, they unanimously requested her to become the arbiter to settle their dispute. Text 7. We'll just take, I think, text 7, okay. I think 7, 8, and 9 also we can see. Yeah. So 7. Vayam kashyapādāyādā bhratraha krutra pōruṣaha vibhajasva yathānyāyam naiva vedyo yatha bhavet. All of us, both demons and demigods, have been born of the same father, Kashyap, and thus we are related as brothers. But now we are exhibiting our personal prowess in dissension. Therefore, we request you to settle our dispute and divide the nectar equally among us. Text 8. Iti upamantrito daityir maya yoshida vapur harihi Prahasya ruchirapnogar niriksham idam abravit. Translation: having thus been requested by the demons, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who had assumed the form of a beautiful woman, began to smile. Looking at them with attractive feminine gestures, she spoke as follows. Text 9. So we'll just take this one more. Sri Bhagwan Vacha Katham Kashyapadayadah Umschalayam Umschalayam Mai Sangataha Vishwansa Pandito Jatu Kamini Shona Yatihi. The Supreme Personality of God, in the form of Mohini, told the demons, O sons of Kashyap Muni, I am only a prostitute. How is it that you have so much faith in me? A learned person never puts his faith in a woman. Purport: Chanakya Pandit, the great politician and moral instructor, said, Vishwaso naiva kartavya strishu raja kuleshu cha. Never put your faith in a woman or politician. Thus, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who was pretending to be a woman, warned the demons against putting so much faith in her, for she had appeared as an attractive woman, ultimately to cheat them, indirectly disclosing the purpose for which she had appeared before them. She said to the sons of Kashyapa, How is this? You were all born of great Rishi, yet you are putting your faith in a woman who is loitering around here and there like a prostitute, unprotected by father or husband. Women in general should not be trusted. And what to speak of a woman loitering like a prostitute? The word Kamini is significant in this connection. Women, especially beautiful young women, invoke the dormant, lusty desires of a man. Therefore, according to Manu Samhita, every woman should be protected either by her husband, by her father, or by her grown sons. Without such protection, women will be exploited. Indeed, women like to be exploited by men. As soon as woman is exploited by men, she becomes a common prostitute. This is explained by Mohini Murti, the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Hare Krishna. Om Jnanitamirantasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namah Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yeno Bhutale Tati Svapadantikam. Hare Krishna, dear devotees. So, one second. Okay. So these are all the verses connected, so that's why I picked them together. Now, in this verse, look, before we start discussing this, like I believe I seek the blessing of all of you, all Vaishnavas, so that I can try to glorify Srimad Bhagavatam. So, as you all have been reading, discussing Srimad Bhagavatam, in the previous chapters, when Lord appeared as a Dhanvantari, Dhanvantari is a partial incarnation of the Lord, and he brought with him the container of nectar. And what happened after that? The demons, they snatched it away from Dhanvantari because demons, they wanted to have nectar to become immortal and enjoy the sense gratification. So they snatched the pot of container from Dhanvantari and then to bewilder the demons. Now Mohinimurti has appeared. So this is the sections where, like, in the previous slokas, um, nature of demonic person is explained. And these demons were like all together, they were fighting against the demigods earlier, like in the previous chapters. But as soon as they got the container of a nectar, they immediately become inimical to each other. So now the demons are fighting among themselves because they want, each of them want to have the nectar. So that's the nature of a demonic person. As soon as their own sense gratification hampered, they immediately become enemy. Like a friend become enemy and the enemy become friends. Um, that's the nature of the demonic person. And just to bewilder them, what happened? Mohini Murti appeared. So this is a very beautiful pastime of the Lord, where in this whole pastime, so many times the Lord has appeared, right? In this canto, this Samundra Manthan Leela, this is all connected, all these chapters we have been discussing. So many times the Lord has appeared. This is the pastime Lord appears many times. So in particular pastimes previously, you have seen the Lord is there, he comes and he disappears. Um, but here in this pastime, Lord appeared many times, and we'll discuss like how the Lord appeared different times in the different phases of this Leela. And so what happened when the whole pastime starts as like, Indra being cursed by the Durvasa Muni. And basically, Indra developed the pride, and Durvasa Muni, he offered a garland to Indra. And Indra actually in turn offered that garland to his elephant Eravat. And elephant is just an animal. He did not value the garland. Therefore, he put it in between his legs and he smashed the garland. So when like there is a learning here. Like whenever we goes to the temple, a devotee give us a prasad or like a some garland of the deity or Srila Prabhupada or anything. We have to honor it. We should not be okay. Yes, Prabhuji, I wanted it, and we received it, and after that, um, we don't care, and it's lying around somewhere. So we should honor it. Um, Especially, I've seen in India actually, people whenever they go to a crowded temple, they take the darshan. They are so much after the Lord's, uh, you know, paraphernalias or something. They want to have it as a prasad. They take it and they feel pride, and then after that they put it somewhere near the trash also. So they think they got the mercy, but then it becomes a parad also. So that's what happened also with Indra. And when Durvasha Muni he saw that, he cursed Indra for his power to be taken away. So already there was a battle like between them, like between the demons and demigods was going on. And in addition to that, Indra was cursed and his powers were to be taken away. So demigods, like they were in a miserable condition, they were in poor condition, and they immediately approached the Supreme Lord. Right? We say that um, demigods usually approach the Lord whenever there is a issue, or at least somebody will guide them also. Like most of the time, like Narad Muni comes and he tell them, okay, you should approach Lord, pray them. So demigods, they always seek the shelter of the Lord, and but the demons, they will not take the shelter of the Lord. That's a difference. So in this pastime, demigods, whenever they had the issue, whenever they had a problem, they took shelter of Lord Vishnu, and therefore Lord appeared. And because why the Lord appeared? Because they took the shelter. Um, Now the demons were already uh, like they became powerful, and now the demigods were in a miserable condition. So what they did, they approached Brahma, and Brahma is the second creator, a secondary creator basically. Um, he is the chief among all the demigods, So they all together approached Brahma, and now Brahma, since he is the creator, like he suggested, like to concentrate on Lord Vishnu, concentrate their mind on the Lord Vishnu, and then um, Prabhupada says in one of the translation earlier, like even though Brahma has not seen the Lord, but still he had so much faith, and he concentrated his mind on Supreme Lord, and he offered like beautiful prayers like Brahma Samhita. So these prayers were offered by Brahma, and Lord appeared to him. Now, in this case, when these disturbances were created by demons, as we have seen, so demons are in tamoguna; they are in mode of ignorance. So, and demigods, they were in this awkward position, and which has to be reinstated. Like they wanted Indra to get back his power. So anything to put in a proper state or maintain a mode of goodness is required. So they approached the Lord Vishnu because Lord Vishnu, he is in charge of mode of goodness. So already disturbances was created by demons, and then the demigod approached the Lord to settle the situation back to normal. Um, and then Lord was pleased, and Lord appeared with after uh, hearing their prayers. And which form of the Lord was appeared? Here it is mentioned is Shirodakshai Vishnu. Um, so it was explained that when Lord appeared, his appearance was like 1,000 thousands of suns rising at the same time. And so whenever Lord appears, what happens? Lord gives the instructions. Like we have seen in Dhruv Maharaj case, like pastime, and all other ones. So like we have seen the Lord gives the instructions. Um, so so that's as a devotee how we associate like with the Lord, like by following the instructions the Lord has given us, like in Bhagavad Gita and Srimad Bhagavatam. So he gave the instructions to demigods that they make a peace proposal with the demons, and after that they churn the ocean, which is Samudra Manthan. And after churning the oceans, they will get the nectar, and what will happen? Both the parties they will get benefited. So that was the instruction given by the Lord to the demigods, and Lord left. So you see, in this pastime, this is the first time Lord appeared here. Like as a Lord appeared as a Hari, and Hari means like the one who vanquishes all inauspicious. Like Harlena, like Hari will take all your dukkha, all your miseries, all your inauspiciousness. So all these were created by demons, and to reinstate it, Lord had to appear, and that was the first instance Lord appeared in this pastime. The second instance, um, in this pastime, the Lord appeared um, like um, they like these demigods. They are like no, they are obedient servants of the Lord. So they were following the instruction of the Lord. So Lord said to make Mandar mountain, use the Mandar mountain for churning, and Vasuki as a churning cord, um, back and forth. So demigods, they started toward the ocean by carrying the Mandar mountain toward the ocean, and it is mentioned in Bhagavatam like this Mandar mountain was so heavy, it was made of gold, all these natural resources, precious metals. Many of the demigods were actually killed; they were smashed under mountain. So therefore, the Supreme Lord appeared again here. with his carrier Garuda, and very easily he lifted the Mandar mountain and he placed it on the back of uh, Garuda to carry the mountain. Then they came to the ocean of milk, and Garuda unloaded the Mandar mountain, and the Lord and instructed that Garuda should leave because he cannot be there as long as Vasuki, being a serpent, used as a churning cord. So there will be again a conflict. So Garuda was told to leave, and and Garuda left, and then after that again the Lord helped the demigods to churn the ocean. So every time there is a problem, demigods turn to Lord Vishnu and pray, and then they take the instructions, and after that they continue. Now, who will take what portion um, of the serpent of Vasuki? We discussed that. Like there was a big quarrel um, going on. Like demigods, they immediately took the hold of the front portion of the Vasuki, and the demons, they were like very competitive nature, and they thought is like, oh, the demigods took the face, so that means there is something fishy there. Like maybe it is considered as a auspicious portion, the face, and the tail is inauspicious. So because of this competitive desire they had, they said, like, okay, we are learned. Demon said we are learned, and we should hold the front position. So demigod said, okay, like they knew that wherever there is a lord, there is all auspicious activity will be there. Whether it is a front portion or it is a tail portion, ultimately the demigod had a belief that they are the one who will win. So that was the second time Lord appeared. Now then, while the churning was going on, Vasuki was used as a churning cord. There was no support to the mountain, and because of the no support, Mandar mountain started sinking. So now, then again, Lord had to appear as a tortoise, as a Kurma avatar. So he appeared, or as a Ajita. So there are multiple names of this incarnation of the Lord. So he appeared as a Kurma avatar, and his body extended as a, like it is said in Bhagavatam, 800,000 miles, because the Mandar mountain was so big. So his body also extended as a Kurma, like 800,000 miles. This is something very inconceivable by a common man. He will say that, okay, that is not possible, or uh, how is it, this can be done. And I believe you have heard the story of a I think there was a cobbler, um, like he was asking one time, like when, and a pandit actually, when Lord the Narad Muni um, approached to both of them. Is one of them wanted to know, like, what is Lord doing in his Vaikuntha. When Narad Muni went to Vaikuntha and pay his obeisances, and then he came back, um, he told Pandita Brahmin that, okay, Lord is actually um, he's sewing the elephant in a needle hole. So by hearing that, Brahmin actually, although he was learned, but he could not believe that, and he made fun of it, like, how, no, it is not possible. But the cobbler, he had so much faith in Lord and his activities. He said, like, yes, my Lord can do anything. My Lord, he can do anything. But to speak of sewing the elephant from the needle. So Bhagavatam has all these facts are given, but uh, one has to have faith. I mean, one has to read them. Um, Then after this, demigods, uh, they were already very disappointed, but with this enthusiasm, when the Lord appeared as a kurma to churn the ocean, they became happy again. So you see that every phase of this pastime, whenever there was a problem, demigods approached the Lord and the Lord appeared. Similarly, in our condition also, like for a sadhaka, um, to the extent we take the shelter of the Lord, to that extent, Lord will also help us. That's a very important lesson. And Lord also mentioned in Bhagavad Gita, there is a verse, I believe this one, ye yatha mam parpadyante, tam tathaiva bhajamyam. Mam vartamanu vartante manushyaha partha sarvasha. Like Lord says, as all surrender unto me, I reward them accordingly. And everyone follows my path in all respects, O son of Partha. So, so as we surrender to the Lord, Lord will reward, Lord will, um, us accordingly. Um, so Krishna basically reciprocates to his devotees, just as the devotee wants him. And one may, devotee may want Krishna as his supreme master. Another one may want Krishna as his a friend, his conjugal lover, his son. So Krishna will reward the devotees equally, according to the intensities of love for Krishna. So pure devotees, both whether they are in this material world or they are in transcendental abode, they associate with the Lord on a personal level. Like they are able to render the personal service to the Lord basically. Um, so we have to understand, like, as we um, surrender to the Lord, Lord will also reward us. Now, unless one we, unless we are on the highest platform of the Krishna consciousness, all our attempts will remain imperfect. Like in Bhagavatam, it is a very famous verses there. Akama sarva kamova moksha kamo dharadi. Like whether one is without desire or desirous of all the fruitive activities, or one is after liberation, one should, with all efforts, try to worship Lord Hari for complete perfection in order to grow in Krishna consciousness. Um, so that was a teaching from this pastime, and then this churning continues, and the Lord was helping the whole process along with the demigods and demons, and then that several things came out of the while the churning was happening, like the halal poison came, and then Lord Shiva drank. Then Survi cow came. Then there was a horse. Then Eravat, the elephant, came, and then Parijata flower. So many things came one after another, and Lord had warned uh, demigods not to get bewildered by such things. Like ultimately, you will get nectar. Don't get bewildered by different things while, from churning of the ocean. So that's a very important teaching for us. Like as a devotee, as we grow in Krishna consciousness, like one may get puffed up, one may get some prestige, some position. We should not get bewildered by those things. This is not our ultimate goal. Actually, these are just the sadhans to reach ultimate goal of get the love of God. So that's what the instruction to the demigod also. Like you should wait for the nectar. Then after that, Lakshmi ji appeared. Then Varuni appeared, which demons took charge of the Varuni. Then Then the partial incarnation, Dhanvantari appeared with a pot of nectar. And then demons came to know that this is a nectar, and this is we are all searching for it. Um, and they immediately snatched it from Dhanvantari, and then they ran away. So once they took the pot of the nectar, they started fighting with each other. Earlier they were together fighting, or they were together with the demigods with churning, but now they among themselves they started fighting. Um, and just to bewilder them more, like Mohini Murti appeared, and this is a section where Mohini Murti comes here, and by her gestures, beauty, and sweet words, um, she basically the Lord appears as a Mohini Murti, um, and demons were so captivated that they were ready to hear whatever she was going to tell the demons. So she made a proposal like, you have to agree, whatever I say, you have to do, because they were captivated and they were bewildered by the energy of the Lord. They could not understand who is a Mohini Murti. They agreed to whatever she said because they were so much captivated by her beauty. And so ultimately, what happened, like, the demons, they did not get the nectar, like we'll see later. So here, you see in this pastime, the whole pastime of the churning um, Samudra Manthan, the Lord has appeared multiple times. Uh, so why Lord appeared? He could have, like, by sitting on his abode, like he could have done it from there only, right? So why he had to take multiple incarnations here and help the demigods? And because uh, he's capable of doing himself, but he wanted to enjoy the pastime of churning the ocean. Um, so so that's the whole purpose. Like Lord came and he came as a Mohini Murti and Kurma, and himself came as a Shirodaksha Vishnu to instruct. So he wanted to enjoy this pastime. Um, Also in Bhagavad Gita, it is said like Lord incarnates, Lord comes to kill demons and save the saintly people. In Bhagavad Gita, it is said like Pritranaya sadhunam vinashaya cha duskritam dharm sanstapnataya sambhavami yuge yuge. So, like, to deliver the pious and to annihilate the miscreants and to re-establish the principle of religion, I myself appear millennium after millennium. So Lord has many agents who are very competent to vanquish the demons, but Lord especially descends uh, to also peace his devotees who are who are harassed by the demonic. For example, Prahlad Maharaj, like although he was the son of Hiranyakashipu, uh, he was like never he was not persecuted by his father, although because of the Lord mercy. And similarly, Devaki, mother of Krishna, she was a sister of Kansa, and um, she and her husband Vasudev, they were persecuted um, only because Krishna was too bound from them. So Lord Krishna basically appeared to deliver Devaki, and rather than kill Kansa immediately. So you see, like, Lord appears to fulfill his promise to please his devotees. He comes and take the different incarnations. Um, so now we have to see these pastimes without envy, without enviousness. If somebody is envious and about the Lord, um, oh, how he can do it, and this is not possible, then he will not understand. So such pastimes will be will he will not get the mercy. He will not understand them. So, like as I said, body of this kurma, like a tortoise, was 800,000 miles, and it is such amazing things, and a common man can hardly believe it. So, if one is like free from envy, uh, the degree you're free, we can appreciate the pastime of the Lord. Um, so, as we have seen, there are many qualities of the demons. In Bhagavad Gita, you can read it later. Lord has given a very beautiful section about the qualities of the demons. In Bhagavad Gita, there are many verses in the 16th chapter. I believe 16.3 onwards. Um, there are verses which describes the qualities of the demon. Like for example, you see text 4 onwards, like pride, arrogance, and all this, and comparing the demon and the demigods, and this is all continuing all these qualities, um, like about the lust and the desire, and um, so this is going on, I think, until verse 22nd, I believe. And then finally the Lord says in 23rd, he who discards the scriptural injunction and acts according to his own whims attain neither perfection and nor happiness nor the supreme destination. Basically, why somebody gets the demonic quality? This is what Lord is saying here. And then what should be the duty? Like what is not duty by the regulation of the scriptures, knowing such a rules and regulation, one should act so he may gradually be elevated. So what one should be doing, that is given in the 24. So one should not have the will not have the demonic qualities. So that's the relevant topic. Actually, I wanted to provide like some information. You can read it later from Srimad Bhagavad Gita. Now, coming back to this verse of when Mohini Murti has appeared in this Samudra Manthan, you can see demons are now powerful. They have the nectar because they snatched it from the Lord, and um, they they thought like they will get immortal, but they could not even drink even a drop. As soon as one demon was trying to drink, like somebody else was snatching, and this was all going on. And demigods were all watching it. They were not protesting because it was the fighting that was going on between the demons only. So demigods were just like as helpless as innocent children. And as I discussed earlier, like they basically approached the Lord, and then the Lord, uh, they knew that as long as the Lord is there with them, um, it will they will win. So that demigods would understand that Lord will do something, and that's when Lord came as a Mohini Murti to bewilder um, the demons. So because the Lord says like He takes care of His devotees, even at the time of death, at the end. Um, one so one can achieve the lotus feet of the Lord. So one should not like become hopeless. So like oh, when I get the mercy of the Lord and this. So this is we have to practice the devotional service, and Krishna will never leave me. That we should always believe. Krishna will always protect me. Um, it is there in Nectar of Devotion, Anukulasya Sankalpa Pratikulasya Varjanam. So there are six divisions of surrender we should have, like, um, and it says us, like, what are the favorable things to the devotional service and what are the unfavorable things. Um, so one is like a devotee has to accept everything that is favorable to the rendering of the service to the Lord. That's number one. Then number two, devotee must reject unfavorable um, to the Lord service, like, which is something, uh, you know, it's called a renunciation, like detachment, basically. And the third is the devotee should have a firm convinced that Krishna will give him the protection. Um, no one else can give one protection, and this is being firmly convinced in this. Now, the fourth one, how the devotee can surrender is, devotee should accept Krishna as his supreme maintainer and master. He should not think that, okay, I have bank balance, I have this, and family, and all this, they will protect me, or maybe this devata and everything will again come back to this material world. Um, and then fifth is a self surrender, means remembering that like, our activities, our devotional activities, everything we are doing there, and any desire we have, they are not independent. They are like, we are dependent on Krishna. That should be, that should, the devotee should act. Now, the sixth one is devotee is meek and humble. Um, so those are the ones, like, six um, uh, characteristics, like, if for fully surrendering to the Lord. Now, two of them are very important here. Rakshishyato Vishvaso. Basically, these are the one two exhibited by the demigods here. They they said, okay, Lord Vishnu is our maintainer. So they approached the Lord, again and again. Like, we need not worry about his mission, because that is the mission of the Lord. That is Lord mentioned to them when he said, okay, why don't you make a peace proposal and do the churning of the ocean? So they knew that, like, demigods knew that, okay, we'll approach the Lord. So we have to see that we are just his instruments, and we'll do what has been instructed by the Lord, our spiritual master, seniors, and we have to just be the instruments. So similarly, demigod also did the same, like, let him take care of us, like, we'll do what the Lord asked us to do here. And by doing that, they were very confident. And on the other side, demons, they were very had different desire. They snatched the nectar part and they could not even taste it, and they were fighting among themselves. So here we can see, uh, as soon as the selfishness comes, as the demons had, they do not care for any brother, sisterhood, or father, nobody. They will not care. That's the quality of the demons, actually. They will not care for anybody else. When the selfishness comes, basically, that is their topmost priority. They don't consider the others' interest. They just want to satisfy their own interest. Like, let me take this entire thing. I don't want to distribute. I don't want to share. Um, so if their own interest is hampered, then they can do anything, and they can do everything, and that's the quality of that's a demonic quality. But devotee is not like that. He's always he's always dependent on the mercy of the Lord. He has a firm conviction, like, you know that Lord will save us, and as a devotee, we should practice the devotional service. Um, and we should not say that, okay, Krishna will immediately and instantly he will help us. Like, um, it may take time. Most of the time, like, he waits till the end of the life. Actually, for most of the time, it happens. Um, so why is that? Like, Lord, it is said, okay, Lord will appear at the end of the time, and then he gives some mercy, and b- the Lord. It is said that if Lord gives some mercy, we are not that much. Our sadhana is not that strong that we can handle it. Um, one may get puffed up, and one may get proud by achieving this rare thing of love of Godhead. So we have to just keep our faith and do practice our devotion service to the Lord, and then Lord will protect us. So they are um, continuing in this pastime. Another thing is very important is the brahmacharya. Celibacy should be taken very seriously. Um, the demons, they were after Mohini Murti as a material object. Like, by looking at her beauty, they were captivated. Prabhupada also says, like, even if, like, we can practice the celibacy, brahmachari, even in the grahastha life. But that doesn't mean, like, it's not a, marriage is not a license for unrestricted love. It's not like that. um, One has to have a purpose. Like, okay, I'm entering into the Grahastha life and basically have children, Krishna consciousness, and raise them. And basically um, to get rid of this life later on, like, because this is like, Janam Mrityu Jara Vyadi. Um, so this celibacy is something that we have to consider in our daily life, like, because there is an attraction for the opposite gender. That's what Chanakya Pandit is also saying here in this seventh verse, I believe. Yeah. So a man is attracted towards woman is attracted towards mother. Um, so one should be very careful dealing with the opposite gender. Um, and one example is that, like, we can learn from is in Ramayana when Lord Ram asked Lakshman, "Have you seen these uh, jewels of Mother Sita?" Um, he could only recognize the payal, like, anklet Mother Sita wear, and he did not recognize because he said, like, I have never seen the face Mother Mother Sita, so I was only looking towards. It may not be possible nowadays because we have work, we have like society, we go outside everywhere. But we just have to do our sadhana. Prabhupada says, um, if we do our 16 rounds chanting in the morning, then it's like a it's like an armor for us. Um, you know, and then Prabhupada also says, like, he like we should man should treat every woman as a mother except his wife. And he also said, like, he was against, like, some people say Bhanji, some people say Didi and all this. So he said, no, it should not be like that. It should be all like everybody's mother. So that's a perspective like Prabhupada ji has given us, like, how to respect women. Um, and yeah, I think this was the point I wanted to mention about the celibacy, and that's what Chandakya Pandit also mentioned here. Um, there are so many verses Lord has said in Bhagavad Gita also, like Kama Isha, Krodha Isha. Um, like Lord says, like, it is the lust only, like, which is born of the contact with the material mode of passion, and that transform into wrath, and which is all devouring sinful enemy of the world. I think we discussed that yesterday about the lust. So how, like, when living entity comes in contact with the material creation, um, his eternal love for Krishna is like transformed into the lust. That's where the lust starts, and then person gets in association with a mode of passion, and then his love for the God transform into the lust. Earlier he was into the love for God, but then he transformed into the lust by getting in contact with the mode of passion. Then, just like a milk is like comes in contact with some sour thing, and it transformed into the yogurt, right? And then again, the lust is when the lust is unsatisfied, then it again turns into the wrath, and that wrath is transformed into the illusion, and then the illusion continues. Um, so that is lust is very greatest enemy. That's what the demons had here. they they were after the nectar, and they're after, like the Mohini Murti. But the other side, demigods were looking at Mohini Murti as a mother actually. Um, that's a big difference here. So these are the six things like Kam, Krodh, Lobh, Moh, Mad, Matsarya. These are the six things. So it is said this Kama, the lusty desire had two brothers. The one is the younger, one is elder. So the elder brother is a Lobha. So if Kam is satisfied, then he is ready. Then he become ready to achieve more. And his elder brother Lobha, which is a greed. Okay. And then there is a younger brother called Krodha. So when these sense gratification not possible, when they are hampered, in this case of demons, they will fight later, then the Krodha will come into existence. So that Krodha is the younger brother. So so you see they are both relative. Um, and after there is enviousness and all that. Um, so these are the real enemies of the living entity. That's why one is suffering in this material world. Um, I think there are so many teachings here. Um, just Prabhupada ji again says like we have to practice our devotional service to overcome these situations. Um, I think I will stop here. I mean, we discussed till 7 points. I think 5, 6, 7, 8. I think 9 actually till this point here. So yeah, I would like to stop here, and I would like to um, like ask devotees if you have any question, if you have any comments, any realization, if you can share anything you like.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Madhav Pranam, All Guru Prabhupada, Guru Maharaj. Thank you so much for the wonderful class. You give a recap of all the kind of a summary, of the chapter, and then so much we have learned, the enemies inside of us, and how amazing the Lord is Himself. And I think in the same lines, Srila Prabhupada also always says that it is not advisable for even a father and a daughter, a mother and son to be in the same room. So, like opposite, there is always attraction. So Prabhupada is so much aware that he gives us these, and of course, Lord Himself is, like explaining the importance of chastity. That's something which is a very, very important aspect for a lady, because that's something which so many they I mean, it can build in power for her, for being like that. I mean, otherwise it leads to uncleanliness, and breaking your regulations and things like that. But such a wonderful class, and I'm amazed how Lord Himself is explaining to us directly here. And also Prabhupada's teachings have also explained to us, like we talk about the butter and fire and butter.
Yes.
So that's, I mean, all these examples are like just ringing in the mind. And we have heard from Srila Prabhupada. And I think hearing from Srila Prabhupada and reading is on a same platform, because when we hear and then we read also, it's a superimposing on our bhakti. So that really helps us. We it's like I was reading somewhere the four regulations are the regulation, this thing of freedom. So, like for example, we don't have tea, so we don't get up in the morning and after 1 hour we have a headache. We're not dependent on, we can make mint leaf tea or ginger tea and other teas which don't have a addiction to it. So we feel free, kind of. Otherwise, normally I know so many relatives of mine who live in USA, and they have very hard time because tea is not available. They'll pack a lot of tea and take with them because they can't have
Yeah.
tea. Mostly coffee is available in USA. So it's like they're not free in the real sense. And also, it's so wonderful, especially when I look at the perspective of for the young people. It is so important to preach all this to young people because they can go astray with wine and women. And like young people who are coming here, young boys, Indian boys and girls. And I also believe now His Holiness, uh, His Grace, actually Radhe Sham Prabhu, has been
Yes, Mataji.
preaching in youth centers and other places. So earlier he was confined to the Indians. He said, I'll go to Indians, as Guru Maharaj told him. But now it's not like that. He was in Austin, where there was 90% people were Americans,
Mhm.
in a preaching center there. So it's so nice that he's preaching to them, and he understands that we have to make at a younger age. So yeah, so I don't have a specific question, but it's nice that you read all the verses. And also I'd heard your Bhagavad Gita classes years back. So
Yeah, Mataji, thank you. Yeah.
thank you so much
All
for.
glories to Srila Prabhupada.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and actually, we can chant 3 times. Prabhuji's given Bhagavatam class for the first time. So we can chant 3 times Hari Bol for Prabhuji, and then henceforth, question, comments, answers, realizations, everybody can share. Hari Bol. Hari.
Hare
Hari
Krishna.
Bol,
Hari
Hari
Bol,
Dhanyavad
Hari
Bol,
Srila
Bol,
Hari.
Prabhupada, Guru
Hari
Maharaj.
Bol.
And I'm sure everybody will look forward for more classes, at least once a month, maybe more from Prabhuji. And
Yes,
Yeah,
Mataji.
Mataji, you should also give classes.
no,
You
Prabhuji,
you speak very well.
I can give 5 minutes class. Like I spoke right now. I can give that much. Then I go like blank, and then I say, I don't want to bore the audience. So I won't take much time. But anybody has
Mhm.
questions, comments, please go ahead. We have almost 11 to 12 participants here. Thank you so much, Prabhuji, once again. Hare
Welcome,
Krishna.
Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji Dandavat Pranam. I have a question. I didn't understand why is it like the Supreme Personality of Godhead is telling, Chanakya Pandit about that never trust a woman. I got about the politician, but can you explain a little bit more, Prabhuji? Thank you.
Um, it's not that Lord is telling the Chanakya Pandit. It's in the purport Srila Prabhupada is mentioning what Chanakya Pandit has said. Um, I mean, it's not like very extreme statement like okay you should not trust a woman. He's like saying just be careful when dealing with a woman. Uh, as he relates it with this verse here, like just being careful, like as demons have put so much faith, and it reminds me when somebody gets so much respect, like undue respect basically, that means there is some motive behind it, for that. um, like if somebody gets a position or something, then there might be a motive that okay, I have to do something else in return. So here also, Shanakya Pandit is just saying in terms of just being careful when dealing with a woman, like dealing with the opposite sex here. Um,
Okay, Prabhuji.
yeah.
Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Also, I wanted to add one point. Like sometimes what happens is, like, ladies, they like to hear praises about themselves. So in the sense that they're emotionally like this thing. So the men can allure them, and by talking sweet, giving them gifts and things like that, and they can be allured, and they can fall prey to prostitution, they can fall prey to in somebody's hand, like they're not internally very strong. Although Prabhupada said that, I mean, on the soul level it's equal, but still men and women are different, and the protection aspect is so good which Prabhupada gives us. Means we just have to, when this says like we cannot trust woman, woman is a thing that needs to be protected. So if she's not protected, then think what havoc can happen. I mean, it can be, it'll go and be on the other. There's a reason why Prabhupada said that women have to protect. If they're not protected, then what will happen is that they will become, they'll go outside, like in the woods. They'll be roaming around freely here and there, and in society, and then they'll get married to one person, and they'll go to another one. They're not happy with one person. So it'll, like even Arjun was very worried in the Bhagavad Gita that, if I fight, then he was so empathetic that the ladies will become like, polluted, because their husbands will die in the war. So he was so
Unwanted progeny in
yes,
chapter 1. Yeah.
yes, yes.
Hare Krishna, Mataji.
Yeah, I
Hare
just wanted to
Krishna,
share that.
Prabhuji.
Go ahead, Mataji.
Yes, Mataji.
Yeah. Sorry, Mataji, I got disconnected. I couldn't hear anyone. So I was trying to find out if everyone is.
Yeah, we were just having
Yeah.
question
I
answers,
had
and
to join 2 times.
Chitra Mataji was asking a
Yeah.
question. So we were, Prabhuji and we were just replying to that. So we are in the question and answer
Yeah,
section.
about the
Yeah, Mataji, if you have a question.
Yeah. So Mataji, about that. Yeah, Hare Krishna, Prabhuji,
Hare
Dandavat
Krishna.
Pranam.
Thank
Thank
you,
you so
Mataji.
much for such a nice discourse on Samudra Manthan Leela. I heard Chitra Mataji was asking about Prabhupada's comment on women, like women should not be trusted, right? That's yeah.
Yes,
So I heard Prabhu somewhere in a class. I remember another Mataji asking similar question and another senior disciple responding to it. That wherever in Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam, we read this kind of comment about women, we have to remind ourselves that Prabhupada is talking on like that comment is for those who are in bodily platform. So as a body of women are more vulnerable. If you look, if we are all as devotees, we are all on soul level. When we discuss, everyone is equal. But when it's bodies, every body is different. Like a dog's body is different than a cat's body. So, like that, a woman's body is different than a man's body. That's how we are made. And woman's body and woman's the kind of mind a woman has, like more deceptive and more. So there are different qualities of a woman body, and these comments are for those who are on a bodily platform. It is not when we talk about like on spiritual platform, this does not apply. So just wanted to add that, Prabhu.
Yes, Mataji, you're right.
yes, Mataji, I want to add one more line. That's why Sri Prabhupada said that ladies are more inclined to take up bhakti, because they give birth to children, and they are like, they know what is unconditional love. The moment a child comes to their lap,
Yes.
they
Yes.
they're feeding milk, they're cleaning the potty, everything they're doing. Mostly Matajis are doing that.
Yeah.
So that is a little glimpse of the love which
Right.
is there, which is unconditional with Krishna.
Right. And service attitude, Mataji. A
Yes,
woman, they have like amazing service attitude.
Yes.
yes,
So that's why it's easy. But as a woman, we like if we are on bodily platform, we like to dress up, we like to buy jewelry, we like to buy. So that is not there in a ideally not. It is like we are in Kali Yuga. These things are not even applicable. Most of these things are not even applicable now, because nowadays we see women like man want to be like woman. There is competition. Women want to be like man want to be like. This is a completely confused society right now. But ideally, yeah, woman's characteristics are different than completely different than man. And that's what Prabhupada tries to bring up. Like here and there, we see this comment, and then we see people asking questions about it. So, yeah, just wanted to add that, Mataji.
Thank you, Mataji, for adding that. Very helpful. Hare Krishna.
Our goal is to transcend all these like bodily identities, rise
Definitely.
above that. Like we have
Hmm.
to come to soul level.
Right,
That's what,
Mataji.
yeah, that's what devotional service is gonna eventually do.
Mm-hmm. True.
Thank you,
Mm.
Mataji. Thanks for
Thank
bringing
you.
up that point.
Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare
Very nice
Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
with the Bhagavatam, Bhagavad Gita, sorry, verses interspersed in between. Very relevant. Yeah.
So, Mataji, we can, if there is another question, we can disconnect.
Yes, Prabhuji. Normally,
Okay.
Vamsi, last Prabhuji is there, but I don't see him today. So he always asks nice questions.
Yes, yes, he
Yeah,
does.
I don't see him today. He was not able to join.
Yeah,
And
the more we discuss, more we learn actually. That's what I've seen. I know, like
yeah,
Chandramauli Maharaj comes whenever he gives the classes. His classes are usually short. Then he says, "Okay, you have to ask questions." And then the class goes into like 2 hours, basically.
hmm.
So in that discussion only we learn, we discuss.
Yes, actually, I was hearing one lecture about Srila Prabhupada and my Guru Maharaj. So he used to ask a lot of questions. So one time he was not present. So Prabhupada said that he used to call him by a different name, I'm forgetting, Jai or something like that. He used to call him like a very personal name. And he said he's not there. Like normally he asks questions. He was not there. Guru Maharaj was not there that day. And
Mm.
Srila Prabhupada was missing him because he would always ask questions. And then there are several devotees like I've heard Amrinder Prabhu saying that when he was a boy growing up, he was made to sit in the classes, and his parents would tell him that at least ask one question. That means you paid attention to some aspect of the class, even if it's not like a direct question, something related what the person is speaking. The person, I think he was mentioning that the person has taken so much time, they're sitting in the Vyasasana and they're doing, so it's very important to ask questions. So that's really important. And I feel even on this forum, we can either ask questions, we can give like appreciation comments, or even share some realizations of our own which we got through the class. So that way it's nice to just so I also got motivated like that, Prabhuji, because I heard about Srila
Mm.
Prabhupada and he would want that. And even Amrita Prabhu's parents are such wonderful devotees, and they've raised him to in such a way that now he's giving such wonderful classes in the USA and everywhere, that he's everything that his parents have given him, we can follow in our life and teach our children also.
Yes.
Because even in a classroom, like if a teacher is giving a lecture, say on biology, and then she says, okay, did everybody understand? Anybody has a questions? So nobody asked a question, then she probably think everybody knows. But if somebody asks a question, she feels happy that yes, like maybe I didn't explain this topic properly or something. So I think somebody was speaking in the middle. Anybody has any question, comment? Sorry. Yeah, just a little bit about the question answers is important, because it was very nice today. Chitra Mataji asked a question after a long time. First time I heard her ask a question, which was very, very relevant. And it was totally connected to the verse 9, like the aspect. Because sometimes people say, why does Prabhupada say that ladies are less intelligent? So, Prabhuji, what I understand from this is, they say, ladies, old people, and cows, they need to be protected.
Hmm.
Shudras, it's somewhere in the Bhagavad Gita.
Yes,
So
yes, yes.
I used to
Mm.
just wonder why Prabhupada say like that. But then I thought that, like Mataji gave a wonderful point, is from the material point of view. Spiritual point of view, we all are like souls, but हमारे को material body दिया गया है. So a dog will bark, when it sees an elephant. Or ladies are like mostly they'll be doing cooking, they're multitasking. It's like different. And of course, some traits are there of men and women, women and men, but still, women will be women only. They can however much they try, because Prabhupada said that what kind of society is here? There are all ladies who are raising their children. The men come, they make the lady pregnant, and they go away. So what responsibility are they taking, the men in America? And he always addressed this country as your country. He never thought of this. I mean, think of it. One thing is, Guru Maharaj told him to come to USA, to a place where he's not considering that country own country, but selflessly he's coming to preach. And then in his lectures he's saying your country. So like itne, I was hearing somewhere that I think Mataji was mentioning yesterday that when Srila Prabhupada had gone to Sally's place, Sally Agrawal, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So wahan par, everything he noticed. Oh, you wash your clothes like this, you put them in the dishwasher. Every small things Prabhupada noticed in the house, what they were doing. And he was trying to capture the American living in that sense. And then he, that's why he realized that nobody cooks here. So then when he went, he was in New York, he started cooking. Like so many things he started doing, which, because small intricate things he picked up. And even though he never felt this country as his own country, because after Prabhupada, when I hear this, I also feel that this is actually, I don't feel like this country is my own country. I feel India is my own country. But I'm just saying like that. That's just my feeling, my emotions. But when Prabhupada says this, that, like in your country this happens, then, at least we know that in the Indian community, Indian people, I know this is being recorded. I don't want to say too much, but at least, men and women are still together for the children's sake, and there's less divorces, less single parents, and the lady gets protection from the husband after the father, and then from the grown-up son or son-in-law, depending on what they have. So it's that booming Vedic culture Srila Prabhupada has got to the West, and we only got connected to it more wholesomely because of Srila Prabhupada. Otherwise, we won't have connected to it. Right, Prabhuji?
Yes, Mataji.
Yeah, sorry if I mentioned something extra, but yes, today and tomorrow are still working days, so we can wind up if anybody has last minute question, comments, otherwise.
Mataji, can I add one thing?
Yeah.
One realization. Like, I was reading something yesterday, and it's very relatable. So, it said that nowadays people, they go to gym, and we do weights, and weights strengthen our muscles, and that's why the more weight we pick up and we hold it, the more longer you hold it, the stronger your muscles get. And then Maharaj was connecting it to um, our internal growth. He said, how is your internal system gonna become strong? Excuse me. For that, he said, we have to take nama japa, and we have to listen to it. And the longer we focus, the stronger our internal system becomes. The longer we hold on to our mantra, the stronger our internal subtle body becomes. So that was so powerful for me, that, he said, whenever you are, off track, think about someone going to gym and lifting weights. That's what you are doing internally every morning. Thank you, Mataji. Thank you, Prabhu, for the wonderful class.
Thank you, Mati. So you mean
Yeah,
to say
thank you for
person
sharing, Mataji.
going to the gym is making muscles, right? And making muscles. So similarly, we are
Yes,
making
Mataji.
muscle. That's what you said. Okay.
Yeah, subtle body, muscles of us, subtle body, our mind. We are
Oh,
trying to, yeah. That's what chanting
this is
should be. We should take each mantra we are chanting, we should take it like we are lifting some weight. We have to hold, we have to listen. And that's how, like, our internal, our mind and in subtle body is gonna become strong. We are doing it for us.
very nice. Thank you, Mataji.
That's a very nice point. Yeah, we are making our internal body strong.
Because
Settle body.
yeah, we tend to focus on external so much. Like, We want to control, we don't want to eat that. But internal system, why are we chanting? Many people ask. And I was like, that was like a big revelation for me. Oh, wow, I can look it at that way. So, yeah, I just felt like sharing
This
that.
was spoken by His Holiness Radhanath Maharaj?
No, Mataji, one of his disciples.
Okay, okay. Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, very nice example, very nice analogy. I like that. Thank you, Mataji, for sharing that.
Srila Prabhupada and Guru Maharaj, Mataji. Yeah.
Anybody else has realizations to share or comment or question or anything? Otherwise, we can end the call and we'll be on the call tomorrow again on the Bhagavatam chanting. And if everybody can join from 5 to 7, because this 7:20 class starts, but 5 to 7 is that margin. Today there were 4 or 5 Matajis. Sometimes I get busy because I have to do cooking. And so I go in the middle, then I come back. So it's like not continuous, but it's so wonderful because, I put my phone in the gallery and Mataji, Premanadri Mataji starts, and then, Chitra Mataji, and then there are so many others who join. There's another Mataji whose name is different, but she's initiated Mataji, Devidasi, even Mataji, she also joins. And then, the whole house is resounding with the chanting in the stairs, because then the sound goes everywhere. It's so beautiful. And I wish more devotees can join because we are like 10, 12 of us here. So 4, 5 are joining, and it's very easy to, it's like association. It's like being in a temple with devotees. It's like that. So hopefully, I'm praying that more can join every day. So Prabhuji, we can end the call with...
Yeah, Mataji, that was a very nice point, because a lot of time I've seen in some other calls, like, people just join the call and there is no chanting, like Prabhupada is only chanting, but here, like, everybody is chanting here, so nicely. And that makes a good association, and your chanting relation goes.
Yeah, it's like going to Sadhu Sangha and you're being with devotees there, you know. See, like, there was another call which goes on like this, in which one Prabhuji, I don't know, his name is Surinder Prabhu from Texas, if anybody knows, but then his call is there. But what happens in that is that there is, one person only chants, or sometimes there's silence, or Prabhuji chants, who's the main coordinator. So I had joined there for some time, and I was also connected because there was some time back I had joined there, and I was trying to be on 2 calls, 2 chanting process. But then this was more exciting and thrilling because here it's everybody's joining. We are hearing, the Mahamantra being chanted by so many Matajis. Even Prabhujis are less, but more Matajis these days. And I remember Badrani Prabhu used to join. If you can request him to come, he would chant very, very focused, very, in the sense that fast and focused chanting, like that. So maybe we can ask him. I think there was a good news actually I wanted to share, that he might be, Nikunj Ras Prabhuji told me he might start giving classes. He's in New Vrindavan, so maybe we can ask him to join our chanting session. So we have Mataji and Prabhujis both joining the chat. So. Okay, Prabhuji, we can end.
Okay, Mataji, we can end. Yeah. To join a call.
Thank you once again for the wonderful class.
Chakripa Sindhu Bhavachapatikam Pavanebhyo Vaishnav Namaha Koti Vaishnav Vrinda Ki Jai.
Srila Prabhupada ki
Jai.
Jai.
And all the assembled devotees ki jai. Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you.